my hyper productive schedule routines and how I actually be productive 100% of my time. I'm just exaggerating. This is not real. So I'll show you what kind of schedule can work the best for me, and I hope this video can help you out. So in case if you're wondering who I am, my name is Nikhil Sai. I run funneling media. Went from 19-year-old broke dropout to becoming a millionaire in just 2 years, basically running an agency and sharing everything I've learned along the way on this channel. So consider subscribing so that I can actually help you to make your first or next $1 million. So here we go with free value. The first thing I do in the morning is wake up at 5 a.m. and then immediately I start journaling my goals that day. Then I will actually pray for 15 minutes, then do meditation for 2 hours, then actually have my 200-gram protein breakfast. Then I will actually do my workout and I'll be sitting on my desk and I start working 12 hours of productive work. Then I actually create 4 hours of content. Then I go to the gym again. I do outdoor workout. Then I actually sleep for 2 hours every night and 2 hours of team meeting and 2 hours of this, 2 hours of that. Complete BS, I would say. I'll tell you why I am actually saying that this is all bullshit. That's nothing real. How I actually carry forward my day is basically I have few things which I need to knock off that day, which are emergencies. Then I have some things which I need to plan out for the week and the month. Then I have few things which I need to work for a very long term. For example, like my podcast, or creating a specific type of new relationship with somebody, or building some connections. Those are the long term. Then short term are more like launch, product, client, this and that. Then immediate things are like the firefighting moment. I actually tried this a lot in my life. I'm actually more of an optimistic person. Every day I wake up and I was like, I could be so much more productive. I'm just wasting my time. I just have that thought all day in my mind, no matter if I'm working, no matter if I'm chilling, whatever I'm doing. Like sometimes I don't even enjoy the moment because I'm like disappointed that I'm not making the best use of my time. Here is the thing though, when I try to be the most productive person, I end up not being productive at all because I fill my calendar with so much powerful stuff. Like wow, amazing task. Like this is life, like this is work. Then once I try to get them done, I couldn't humanly be able to do them all. I've added so much stuff which require very high brain power, and I don't know, I'm not that human being who could be in that light bulb moment for all day. Like that doesn't happen with me. Like there is specific type of tasks which require specific type of energy from your body, and you need to optimize your schedule accordingly. My working experience, like I usually work in nights because I'm in India right now. I work in Pacific Standard Times most likely. So I don't get much sunlight, so I need to get my vitamin D, and I need to make sure that I need to get my vitamin D through supplements, and I need to make sure that I am trying to use my energy the right way when I'm working. So what you need to do is basically you can divide your tasks into 3 different categories. One is where you have the most amount of energetic brain possible. Then the second are like the mediocre things where you need to think, like attending meetings and stuff, and you need to make some decisions type of stuff, and which doesn't require 100% of energy, but you need to be present and you need to be in the moment. Then the third type of activities are more or less like copy paste stuff. Maybe you just need to check your social media or stroll and all of that stuff. So understand like where you don't need most brain power and schedule all of it accordingly in your day. And I have been there in my life where I actually work 20 hours a day as well, almost had no sleep. But the craziest part is you can't sustain that. When I actually ran both companies at a time, I used to have a startup along with my media agency, which was again a terrible thing to do, running 2 businesses at a time. It was just insane. Like you just run like a maniac. I was just sitting in my office after my exhausting night, and I wake up. Then I was like, okay, now the work is done. Before I sleep, I need to get ready and go to the morning office in India because my other startup was an Indian startup overall. So there was like 25 people team waiting for my suggestions and waiting for my time, waiting for my inputs to move forward for the day, and I was already exhausted out of my brain. I just can't even look at anybody's face very clearly. So that was like the situation most of the time, so I do not recommend that. So why I'm actually saying this, like you need to really specifically understand what type of tasks require the most amount of brain energy, requires some energy, requires no energy, and schedule accordingly. Because think about this as a sport. Like let's say you play soccer or baseball. Imagine playing it all day. You can't be hitting home run every moment. Like in baseball, that's not how it works. You can't be running like a maniac throughout the game. Doesn't work like that. Greatest players ever, they understand the blend of when to use energy and when to store energy and actually continue to look for the moment to spend energy. That is what greatest, sports persons do. Like, they understand, when to actually move around and use the maximum energy, because, if that's a test match and you're running like a crazy guy, when the actual match starts, you're already done. Like, you need to make sure like where you're spending your energy on, because you have finite amount of energy in your body. Like, you can't be the superhuman being. There are a few people who are, but unfortunately, at least I am not. I don't know, like, I can't be ultra productive for the day. Every time I tried this dozens of times. Every day I look at my schedule, I look at what I've got done, I get disappointed, then I create a crazy hyper productive schedule, and because of its hyper productiveness, I couldn't even keep up with it. And when I don't keep up with it, here is a problem with it, by the way. When I couldn't keep up with it, I get discouraged that I was unable to do the work. Then instead of doing the things which I at least used to do, I do less. I create way less amount of output because there was no reward, because I was not hitting my goals, and it was just insane. So in my opinion, hyper productive goals are complete BS. You can plan your day hyper productively, completely agree, but you can't make the best use of every single second of your time. That's the reality of life. Welcome to life. So even when you go to gym and work out, you don't just lift the heaviest amount of weight you can lift and go all in and crazy throughout the gym session for straight 2 hours. Doesn't work that way. You need to do warm up, get your muscles stretched, start flexing, then go with a little bit of weights, do some easy exercises, go to heavy, then cool down your body. Like, just so you need to understand like how to blend your time into different chunks where you can require or spend the amount of energy you want to in different chunks and have the optimum amount of output. I would like to do it this way. Otherwise, try your own hyper productive stuff, and I hope you do not fail. And in case if there is any, let me know. I have actually tried to sleep only 4 hours a day for a very, very long time, and I was successful at it, sleeping 4 hours and then waking up and then getting back to work. But I couldn't get enough things done end of the day because my brain was messing around with me in the end of the day time, because I couldn't make decisions overall because my brain doesn't have enough sleep. So 6 to 8 hours is definitely recommended. No matter what, do that. I've done a lot of research on sleep. If you sleep less than 6 hours, you're going to go nuts. If not today, but tomorrow happens. So don't do that for longer run. If it's an emergency day, you can't sleep, totally fine. Don't do that for more than 60 to 90 days. You're going to go nuts. I've gone there. So don't do that. So I just want to save you some mistakes which I've done through this channel. So I hope this serves. So 6 to 8 hours of day, 3 to 4 hours of productive work. You call it monk mode, you call it whatever you want, hyper productive. You use 100% of your brain. I mean, at least you be very present with those activities. Then, good 3 to 4 hours of meetings, content creation, semi-brain activities, I would call them. And then, few hours you might consider scrolling, chatting with people where you don't need to use a lot of your brain. It is just like, family interaction. You don't need to be productive, or you don't need to be like, be in the mode to do that. Like, you could do it anyways. Then, few hours of chilling, get your stuff done, food, bathing and everything else. You'll finish your day. I don't want to make my schedules hyper productive because it would actually bounce back and doesn't be productive at all. Instead, I would plan it in a way where I can actually get the most amount of work done in the optimum way, as I mentioned, distributing my tasks in 3 different buckets and getting the best out of it. I hope this video serves you, and if this serves you, nothing like it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if this video helps you out, and like the video. If you need me to cover any different topic, feel free to add in the comment section and share this to somebody who might want to watch this type of content. And stay tuned for more videos just like this. This is me, the Nikhil Sai. I'm excited to provide more value on this channel. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.